Hey Flosstube, it's Melyellystitches. It's Thursday the 1st of March. Hello spring, even though we have snow on the ground. I hope you're all well. Welcome to all my new subscribers and those who have joined me in the last couple of videos. I have had a massive uptick of subscribers, which is awesome. And hello to all those who've been with me from the start or from the near start. I'm glad you're still here and thanks for watching too. So what's been happening? Well, since my last video, I got those essays done. I've had one back and passed it straight away. It's not kind of okay, so let's go back. I'm doing a diploma in business administration, and most of it's are kind of on the job learning, although it's not learning because I'm just kind of evidencing stuff I already know. So every 6 weeks I get quite a large essay set on various topics to do with the world of business administration. Last time I had to do one on bespoke documents and a second on, I've no idea, I can't remember, and I only wrote it 2 weeks ago. Anyway, the first one I submitted, and as I sat down the next day, I hammered that out, checked it on the Saturday morning, sort of proofread it again and submitted it, and that was straight back with a pass. I don't actually get grades, I just get a pass or asked to amend, expand, look at other points, discuss other points further. And then have to resubmit, but this was straightforward. You've covered everything, that's great, job done, pass. And the second one is out for marking. My tutor seems to like to mark things on a Sunday, so I'm expecting that one back this weekend. I think that one will be a resubmit though. The first two questions I really enjoyed doing. They seem to go really quite easily, but the second two, one was about legislation regarding documents and information held, and I can't remember what the last one was. So, because all of my essays have 3 or 4 points within them that I have to cover, so it's good, it's fine, it's been done. So I did well getting them done. We've had more illnesses. These sickness bugs have been pretty horrendous going through the house. Even I got it, and I never get, despite having a slightly lower immune system due to my CFS. I don't tend to get stuff much. I get the odd cough or cold, but tummy bugs and things like that tend to pass me by. I'm sure that's 10 years of nursing that kind of made me pretty immune to most stuff. But yeah, I spent 2 days in bed. That was pretty horrible. I rarely take to my bed for anything, and to be stuck in there for a couple of days was mind-numbingly boring. I just felt so ill. I watched one Flosstube video in that time. I think that was Michelle's on the Sunday. I watched Call the Midwife, and that was it, on my phone, because I couldn't be bothered to get out of bed to go downstairs and watch, because I didn't have a TV upstairs, so I couldn't be bothered to get out of bed and go down and watch it. So I watched it on iPlayer on my phone because I didn't want to miss Call the Midwife. So yeah, that's how that's been. Wallace and Gromit back again. Well, Gromit and Sean. So coffee but decaf because it's the evening. Right. So yeah, I don't know whether you've seen, we have Storm Emma, the beast from the east, battering Britain at the moment. To be honest, the Midlands are going to be one of the places that gets off fairly lightly compared to the East Coast. I've been at work today, although I did leave early and brought work from home tomorrow, because we found out this evening both schools are closed, so that's the primary school and the high school are closed. So my kids are delighted by that. 3-day weekends and yay snow day, I can stay in bed all morning kind of thing. So they're pretty pleased about it. I can hear the wind really blowing, and it's been steady snowfall all day, so it's 2 lots of snowfall this year. It's almost unheard of in Britain these days. So we've been watching a programme on the TV called Back in Time for Tea. Basically, they, over a few weeks, have a family who they turn the house into a house from various periods in history. So they sort of did the 1920s and 1930s. They've just done, this week's was the 1970s. So, and they experience kind of the jobs, mainly the food. Their homes get transformed into a home of that period, and sort of general social and economic things about it. It's a really good programme. We've watched, they've done several series on the BBC, and we've watched a lot of them. Really quite like it. So we've been watching that today, and it's always fun because my kids will go, "Oh, do you remember when that happens?" No, this is the 1930s. No, I don't remember these things happening. So, but next week will be the 1980s, so hubby and I will be going, "Oh, I remember that." So, as we do when they watch it, whilst the kids roll their eyes at us. So, yeah, that's what we've been watching. So I really like modern social history and local history. So these sort of programs really appeal to me when you can really see, especially sort of anything from 1930s, 1980s. Love those, anything within that kind of period. So I find that fascinating. Right, you came for the stitching. It's been 7 minutes. You need some stitching. So what have I been up to? I carried on with the Winter Stitch Olympics. Yeah, there might have been a bit of a shoehorn with some of them, so I'm just going to have a look at some notes. So use. Oh. Right then, right, I know where I need to tell you from now because I'm back up. Well, Great Britain did pretty well for Great Britain at the Winter Olympics. I mean, 5 medals is unheard of. So yeah, you go Team GB. We watched bits of it, and we're quite shocked when we saw a friend of ours there. So it turned up in one of the, during the skeleton, congratulating the people who won. Turns out they were related somehow. We didn't know this, so that was quite interesting. So they're going, "I'm sure that's them," on the television, and turns out yes it is. So that was kind of one of those kind of bizarre moments. Right, so stitching. I showed you the projects I was doing for them, so I have to keep looking at notes because I did multiple days for all the projects. So okie dokie, Cityscape. This is from World of Cross Stitch 251. Let's guess we're going with 251. I can't remember where I was last time. So basically I finished the pink, did the railing, and did these housey things here, which are going to be the same as these. So yellow car. So it's coming on. Quite pleased with how it's moving along a bit. I could quite like. It's moving on. I've done more on it recently than I had done in a long while, so I'm pleased with that. So I worked on that for the biathlon, which was 2 pieces in one day, and that was it. So that and the skeleton. So that was any sliding sport. Sorry, skeleton stitched on any Halloween themed piece. Don't have one. 31st of October was the last time I stitched on that, or was what I was stitching on when I last did it. Okay, first snow. My FFOs and whips are all going to be mixed up because I'm going to do it in. See, and I've got everything in piles, and it's not going to make sense to me now because I arranged it in planned, whips, and FOs. So here we go. This is drawn thread. First snow. It's a free design from their website. So this got stitched on for, hold it there, 15 sport disciplines, 15, so this is actually number 15 on my year of whips list, so that's why that got picked. And I did figure skating, which was speciality stitches, so it's be nice to be able to see. So it's got the green, oh focus, no, okay, the green stitches are pine stitches, and the little tiny white snowflakes are actually Smyrna stitches as well. So I was going to substitute them for beads, and I thought I'll do half and half, and then knocked out loads of Smyrna stitches in a few minutes, just when I wasn't feeling very well still on the Monday, and they all ended up as Smyrnas, and I'm pleased, and they didn't follow the pattern, I randomly placed them. So I can see I've got a new phone, I've got to get used to all its, oh. No, it's not going to focus. It's a finish though. And that's number 4 off the year of whips list. Woo! So I'm pleased about that. Right, what's next? First snow. Oh, Japanese bookmark. The really random thing where the chart is the other way up to the bookmark. So there we go. That's what, no, that's what it should look like. Yeah, don't, anyway, doesn't matter, because it, if we hold it this way then it won't matter. So I did all that, put all the back stitch on. I even did the French knots. I am so proud of myself for doing the French knots, because I tend to avoid them like the plague just because mine are so hit and miss. But to be honest, I think I only, there's 19 on there, and they're not the best French knots in the world, but it's for my mum and she won't mind. So I just need to back it like so with a bit of felt. And that's going to be either a Mother's Day present or a birthday present, because it's Mother's Day in the UK in 11 days. So that's done. And that was finish number 5 for Year of Whips. So yay go me. I'm quite pleased with what I'm getting done. Trouble is though, this is all the small stuff done. And that just leaves lots of big projects. And I've just realised that on my finishes for Stitch from Stash, I haven't written down Japanese bookmark. I want the Stitch from Stash ready for that. So that's full coverage with French knots and backstitch. So that's going to be worth something. So, oh, I need the coffee today. Right then. So Winter Village had an outing. This came out twice for Olympic Village and Winter Olympics, because the title says it all. I think you saw it last time. I don't think I did that much. I literally think actually I may have only just done that bottom line there, because it might have been one of those days when I just wasn't feeling it. So, but hey, every stitch counts, doesn't it? Move through that in coffee then, wouldn't be wise. Okay, that can go over there. First snow. Okay, this is the one I'm particularly proud of, and it is at, ooh, yeah, lighting, new phone. I'm all very technologically advanced at the moment, it's most unlike me. Yeah, that's why, yeah. So this is, that's going to be too see-through, it's not too bad. Whatever that's going to be. This is Just Nan Spring Frills, which was a gifted to me chart, and I have done everything apart from finishing off these pink beads here because there wasn't enough of them, so I've just ordered some. So I literally have 8, 12, 8, 16, I've got, yeah, so they need to go in each of, I can't point, each of the pink flowers there and there. Oh no, that's what I've done. No, I haven't. It's got the little white beads into the pink. So I need to put this, the peanut beads in, yeah, there, in the pink flowers. Let's go with that. And then there's 2 just where the little saying is, and then that's actually going to become a humbug. So I ordered the beads tonight. They will be here with the snow. Let's face it, it could be a week. So yeah, I was three of these beads short. The little peanuts. They're kind of not very good at getting. Let's see, kind of like. No, can't get it to zoom. Anyway, I will be very strange camera lighting today, so I'm sorry. New phone. That's that. That's on. Literally, I have what did I say? 18 beads to sew on, and then I just need to do a green border around the outside. So that'll be done. So feel free to shout at me if you're watching this probably next week. Have you done the humbug yet? Put it in the comments. You can put I would like to stitch and have you done the humbug? So yes, that's going to be a finish because I want it for my spring display when winter goes. Thank you very much for the snow. Right. Oh, it's me thinking I've done. No, I haven't. No, that's not it. So the last thing I did for the Olympics was for Heaven, Earth and Humanity, and that was stitch something related to those themes. I went with Christmas because I did, and then it also got dragged out for the letters P or C and something you hadn't done before. Okay, get this and look at this. Okay, so that's that. Let's find the chart. So it's just a little Christmas sample of both. So the C, Bent Creek. It's also got the letter C and the letter P on it for Pyeongchang. So there we go. And 4 events in the Olympics that require something new. This is my first time stitching with Gentle Arts. So there we go. So no, because I've done all the speciality stitches before, but yeah, this is my first time stitching with Gentle Arts, and I've already done some of the, and it's all in the called for colours except for the red, because I decided I would buy. It should have been crimson, but I wasn't gonna, because it was just for the bands in specialty stitches. I hadn't noticed, well, to be honest, I don't think I noticed they were speciality stitches, but I've gone with Holly Berry because it's the Holly Berry sampler. So there we go, and it's quite pretty red. So let's tuck that bit of red thread in. So I'm enjoying that. That's good fun. So that was the Winter Olympics. All in all, I'd say it was a reasonable success. A little bit of shoehorning here and there, but yeah, I'm pleased with what I did. Pleased to get the finish out of the bookmark, and I've really enjoyed stitching on spring frills as well, because that's kind of been quite a neglected piece for a while, and it's one of those that kind of needs a few days to get into, because it's quite sort of densely stitched with lots of colour changes. I think like something silly like 5 pinks in it and 4 purples and 5 yellows, so it's quite a lot of colour changes even in small spaces, but very pretty. So that's that. I've done my ATCs for the month. They've been posted. I also did the birthday ones too, so I know that most of them have been received by now. So I will insert a picture here of the ATCs. There's 2 pictures. The first one, because I happen to have got one of the people whose birthdays was this month, who I know doesn't watch my Flosstube, so that's okay. So they got a birthday ATC as well, and so that's the first photo. And the second photo is just the other 2 birthday ATCs that I sent. One of the other finishes I had that I showed you last time was, and I don't like this lighting, I don't like it, was the tiny biscorno. Yes, I made one. Well, I made another one up. I've already sent two out. So, Dawn, you've got yours. This one, my Lottie decided she needed a scissor fob because, well, she's 7. I've got to start her habits off soon. But she beaded it herself. She picked all her own colours and everything and beaded it herself. I just put the crimps on for her. So she's getting really, really good at her beading, and I'm really, really proud of her for that. So she's been making a tiara this afternoon because we went to Hobbycraft on Saturday and brought, well, yeah, that's not segues. I'll put photographs of the other biscorno in now, and then we will segue nicely into haul. Stitchy stitchy happy mail, lots of that. So let's go with the Hobbycraft rant to start with. I'm not one for ranting on my channel particularly. I'm not going to touch on the Stitch Mania nonsense because I'm not. So Hobbycraft, it's poor man's Hobby Lobby, I guess. They have a little bit of everything, which pretty much amounts to an awful lot of nothing. I haven't been since way before Christmas, so it's probably been 3 or 4 months since I've been. Beginning of December was the last time we popped in. And they've had a big rearrange again. And when they first opened the Hobbycraft near us, which is about a 30-minute drive, it had 2 full aisles of cross stitch both sides. Literally they had an entire aisle of kits. They had an entire wall of floss. Then you'd go into the next aisle and then you'd be able to find fabric and all your accessories, all your notions, accessories, your hoops, your frames and all that kind of thing. It's one side of an aisle now. It's ridiculous. I went in, my sister-in-law gave me a £10 voucher, so not a huge amount of money to spend, but I'm not buying floss because it's full price there. It's nearly £1 a skein for DMC and that isn't happening. So I thought, oh, what shall I go for? I'll have a look. I like my beading. I might pick up a few nice beads because I used to have an entire aisle of beads. That's been now relegated to a section that's about the size of my dining table. They still had a full lot of anchor, although there were quite a few empty spaces. They had a full set of DMC, again with lots of empty spaces. They had maybe 24 pearl cottons, DMC pearl cottons, 24 anchor ones, a couple of packs of cheap unbranded floss, maybe 50 or 60 kits. All I could find they had 14 count Zweigart Ada and 14 count MCG Textiles Ada in white or cream. Pre-packaged pieces, that was it. Various sizes of hoops, and that was it. So I kind of was a bit, well, thoroughly disappointed, quite frankly. I'd hoped to come away with maybe a few. They have their own brand of little kits, and I often pick up a few with Mother's Day. I thought they might have had a couple of Valentine's ones left over, kind of thing. Pick up a couple of Easter ones. I thought, great. Actually, what I'll do is they're usually £2 for £2.50, 2 for £3, something like that. I'll just stock up and get a few, and when I'm sending little gifts in the next coming few weeks, I can just chuck one in. It'll be a nice little something. That was the only one they had. So I got that. 2 strings of beads, which I've left in the other room. They were very pretty beads, actually. I'm pleased with them. They were a good price, but the choice was ridiculously poor. And I got some foam core board, so I was pleased to be able to get that. So I got a large sheet, and that will do for finishing and stuff. But oh, it was, anybody starting off, I guess it's that thing, isn't it? Anybody starting off in the hobby is going to go and buy a kit from, I mean, they had Dimensions Gold and everything, so they had kind of really, and lots and lots of DMC kits, plus quite a large range of their own ones. So I suppose anybody start, and quite a lot of these size Mouse Loft ones, but I have like 40 Mouse Loft kits. I've got every single one I probably want, so but I suppose anybody starting off in the hobby, pick up a little kit like that one, or the a Mouse Loft, even the basic DMC or some of their new ones. Great, that's really, really good. And they have a few embroidery ones too. But either it's clearly catering to people now who either go, I want to cross stitch, therefore I must go to Hobbycraft, and they will be the only place I can buy stuff because they must be they are Hobbycraft, therefore that's probably the only place it exists. Or people will buy something, go, I really like this, and then find the internet, and then find all the great companies that are out there. Because if I was a stitcher and my only option was Hobbycraft, I wouldn't know speciality stitches. I'd have an awful lot of Dimensions Tiger stitch, because that did seem to be pretty much the only thing in Dimensions they had. It was all mass market DMC of kind of very lovely stuff, but unless it's your thing, and which isn't mine, I guess I'm not interested. So I was thoroughly disappointed by the fact that I couldn't even spend £10 in there. 3-4 years ago it would be a struggle to come out without spending £10, because I would have stocked up on the little kits, bought a few lots of beads, grabbed a couple of skeins of something pretty, picked up a couple of pieces, probably Ada still, but I would have had colours, and it wouldn't have been MCG Textiles. So they had one piece of 28 count even weave, one piece, and that was MCG, and I left that there. Because if I'm going to spend I think it was £5 or £6 on a piece of fabric, I at least want it to be square. So Hobbycraft rant over. So that's what I bought, not a lot. And you don't need to see the foam core because it's a big white sheet of thing, and I'm not getting up and walking over there. So fortunately I had been shopping on So&So. So you get to see what I bought from that. So yes, Lizzie Kate's retiring, and I did say last time that if I could get a chart then I would. If I couldn't, I wasn't going to cry. This is one of the ones that was on my wish list. It's Coffee Time, and I really love it. Can't wait to stitch all 3 of them. My kid said it was most appropriate. My husband rolled his eyes. So I think definitely going to stitch the Today's Mood one. I think that needs to be in my office, because, well, sometimes people. So I got that from So&So. That shouldn't be in there. That's Main Street that I bought last time that hadn't made its way into the packet. Oh, there we go. This is what else I bought. Ooh, like that. So I got that cute little Snapperville Main Street from Bent Creek. I love buildings. It was 90p on So&So, so I kind of went, I'll have that. And the Imperfectly Perfect Stitcher Heather, because I won the July marking, I picked up May, and all the others were out of stock. But he's cute, so I bought it anyway. So I'm going to hopefully try and get others from other sources, but I'm not a fan of Stash and Load and things like that. So if I will just have to see if I can find them. If I can't, I can't. I won't cry. Don't worry. So I picked up these for Main Street. It's whatever it says. 4-leaf clover and something to do with chocolate. Cocoa bean. See? Something to do with chocolate. So those are the only 2. I've got 2 of that because there's quite a lot in there, but those are the only 2 classic colourworks needed for Main Street. Everything else is DMC. So I shall be ordering some DMC because it's my April plan start. And a bit of forward planning here. I'm having Main Street Mania. So I'm going to try and do as much as I can on Main Street. Which is why that was out, because I was doing a thread list. So that was So and So and Patchwork Rabbit, because why didn't I get it from So and So? They stopped doing them. There we go, that's why. Jodrey came, and I am seriously debating cancelling it now because March has been released and it's another pink one. And I'm sick of pink fabric because I don't like pink. I'm not a pink girl. It's very pretty, very sparkly, and a pinky purple. That bit's probably better if it's more purple. Fairly true likeness, I guess. But March is very pink. I'm holding out because I'm thinking it's spring. Why isn't there a yellow or a green or something? And there just doesn't seem to be. So I'm seriously debating just knocking that on its head now, and then just buying a piece of fabric once a month of something I'm actually going to use. Because at the moment I'm stockpiling pinks. And yeah, I can knock out Biscorno on one of those or some black work, but that's about it because I'm unlikely to do a mirror or something that's going to look good on it. Oh, I have my threads of the month, so those were the 2 limited edition. Why couldn't it have been more grey with a hint of pink? Disappointed. And then I had, so that was actually called Ash Wednesday. It's so pink. Ash Wednesday, yeah, with grey with a hint of pink. So what have we got here? Chocolate Frog a la Harry Potter. Starry Starry Night, like that. I'd love fabric like that actually. Tin Heart, that's actually pretty cool for a pink. It's not that pink though, it's more of a maybe not. Autumn Berries, which is very similar to one of the limited editions I thought actually. And Genie of the Lamp, which is quite cool. Quite like that too. So that was my Jodrey. So there we go. That's those back in there. Oh, pop those in. Large child is hungry. He's coming for. Oh no, small child is hungry. She is coming for food. What can I do for you lot? Can you what? Can you have biscuits?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you have biscuits? Come on then. There you go. So I've had magazines come in. So we've got Cross Stitcher. No, this is not Cross Stitcher. This is World of Cross Stitching. I can't read. I think I'm crazy as well. So that was the free kit. No, pop it. So you're trying to get on. No, you're not going on. Go away. Right, in the night. I'll see you in the morning. Love you. Yeah. She's been told she's too young to do Flosstube, although she watches quite a lot of it. We were watching Stitching Lists and Kay's Cross Stitch earlier. So she watches Flosstube with me. She's quite knows who Pam and Steph are. Yeah, I'm going to stitch that for my mum for her birthday. Let's find. Good night, Lottie. Still stood on the stairs because our staircase is in our dining room. And I can't find the. Oh, there we go. Apparently I can't turn pages. Night night. There we go, that's for that. What do I like? The spring alphabet's quite nice actually. Quite like that. May have to stitch a unicorn card for my daughter's birthday. So if I can find it in here, because I didn't mark the pages. Leslie Tim, Joan Elliott bookmarks. There we go. I'm sure I've seen those before. Margaret Sherry Cat. I did quite like that spring sign. I'm guessing that's the full alphabet. No, it is just a spring sign. There we go then. No, I can't find. plastic canvas boxes for pick. Oh, I bet it's a teddy bear one. Ugh. There we go. Unicorns, because everybody needs a unicorn. It's quite a nice house. There's a Shannon Wassler, Shannon Christine mask, like, oh, like masquerade kind of mask. Art Deco ladies. I can't find the houses. I don't know who it's by. Jenny van der Weel. Yeah, quite like those. That's right at the back, page 84. So let's see what's coming next month, because quite frankly sometimes that's my favourite page. I don't think I will be recycling the magazine, I will be hoarding it forever. Okay, what we got? Next month, quite like those peacock things. Frustrating thing is I stitched a peacock biscuit who I designed myself last year, so could have done with that then. Would have been perfect. I do quite like the little scissor fob. Doreen Jones, Hell's Couple Ditch chart. Blackwork ABC. When's this coming out? No, not in time for my next ATC card. Yeah, so there we go. That's Wox. And Flosstube, full kit, another wooden what's it. Lottie likes doing those, so that's fine with me. Okie dokie. There we go. Can we see all of that? Yes, we can. So it's that and that. So I wish they'd just say in the index who designing stuff. Yeah, I'll be crafty, I haven't got half of those designs. There's a biscuit sampler. Good to see there's a party ring. Best known biscuits on the planet. Feathers. That's the feathers one. I don't know who that's by. Guys, it doesn't say. Felicity Hall. Oh, I liked these. Savvy Stitcher cactuses. It's like basket weave kind of thing, and then there's two brooches and a standy up thing. I like that a lot. Got a thing about cactuses, so I reckon I'll try those. I have no idea who. Amanda Butler. There's a bunny and little Easter eggy things. Games library, alphabet, Easter cards. I thought it was another Shannon Christine design. That's really quite pretty, but oh, the backstitch. I'm not a fan of backstitch, I've decided. I love blackwork, not a fan of backstitch. And then a sampler, which is quite pretty. I like it on that yellow fabric. And they've got one coming out in this couple of months' time in the summer, which for a summer one looks a bit dull. So that's the magazines. We're still on haul. I picked up a couple of only plastic wallets, but they were pretty antique. And I had a gift from my lovely friend Steph, who made me this, all just because I sent her a chart. She's a daft old but she stitches beautiful things, and she is so kind and thoughtful, and sent me chocolate too, always good, and a little card that she made. So that was really kind of her. Right, what else have we got? Oh, crikey, we're 40 minutes and I haven't even done the giveaway plans or anything like that. Oh well, plans, stitch the things. There we go, we're covered plants, birth sampler that I've showed you before, and that Christmas one. Right, you want some winners for last week. So, giveaway segment, but it's not a giveaway because we're called passing the stash. There we go. I didn't say the G word. When I worked in a cafe, we weren't allowed to say the Q word, which was quiet, because that guarantee you a rush. Okay, so winners from last time. Shannon Allen, it's all yours. You can squee with delight at the chicks. I because I film on my phone, I've random.org'd the numbers from my list here of all the entrants. So I random.org'd them, and these are they. Button stitcher, you've got the Cookie Bear, what's it, chart kit. Teresa, I forgot what your surname is. Teresa Elnes. Sorry, I apologise if I've just butchered your name. Well, it might be Teresa. You've won the birds, and Burpee, you win again. I've got your address. I can pop that straight in the post to you. So, well, given the weather though, it's going to be middle of next week before. So, winners, I will comment on your comments and get you to send me your addresses, and let's move on to the new ones. So you need to be over 18 because of address permissions. Please don't mention the word giveaway. Please be a subscriber. Feel free to shout it out and comment, I would like to win. Nelson, cute little cat. It's quite a small one. It's 66 by 70. So there's that one. I would like to win Nelson. Very lovely panda. I would like to win the panda. Size is 112 by 80, and it's all DMC as well. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I would like to stitch the flowers. They're not joking when they say giant chart. Yep, that's 4 A4 pages. But it is all in DMC. I hope they're all still relevant DMC because it's a bit old, but I'd like to stitch the giant flowers, and it's slightly grubby here. Oh, that chart's by DMC. I was going to tell you the size of it. I'm all over the place. If I can find it in here. It's like 180 by 300 or something like that. 108 by 255. So it's a fair size. And then we've got a slight grubby mark there, but the chart is absolutely fine. A Day at the Seaside by Helen Phillips. So Seaside Alphabet. And this is, crikey, it's actually bigger than the other one. 134 by 2, 13, try again. 234 by 143. Confusing, numbers are confusing me today. Right, so if you'd like to stitch any of these, comment below. Right, I've got a pile of shout outs and I have to try and link all these now. So I have watched loads and loads of new Flosstubers this week, and I don't like it, keeps kind of... I'm sorry for the lighting this week. It is no different to normal. I'm guessing it's my new phone. So, new people. Well, no, new to me people. Some of them are quite new, maybe 5 or under Flosstubes. A couple have been doing it an awful lot longer, but I've only just discovered them. So, Melyellystitches. Love her, she's so funny. Amy Loves Toads. Stitching, and I know Amy, you watched my videos before, so hello. Stitching Marie from Norway. Oh, she stitches she's got like haze, but she also does small stuff. And oh, crafting between stitches. Shelley keyxstitch. Oh, Shelley key cross stitch. I'm not sure what it is. And Tiff in Stitches. I've watched you all this week, and I'm slowly catching up. Oh, and Saho Dream Stitch as well. I just remember that one. So I've been watching you all these are all fairly new Flosstubers, so just been watching you all, and you all do amazing. Everybody is lovely, and everybody does different things, and that's the appeal of Flosstube. You get to see so much stuff out there, and it's fantastic. I think I was watching Melyellystitches going, yes, I'm like that. Oh, I like to play, yeah. And sometimes in other stitches you see so much of yourself, and it's lovely because you think, I'm glad I'm not one of the only ones that just sits and plans and plans and plans, and then all the plans go to pieces. Or I'm glad I'm not the only one obsessed by houses, or whatever it is. So it's really good to see so many new Flosstubers out there. Good thing about my snow day tomorrow is I can watch Flosstube. Lots and lots of Flosstube. So, although I do have to work for a bit. Have I forgotten anything? Yes, I have. It's been a while since we've had a Michelle Bendy Stitchy section, and a couple of Flosstubes ago, a couple of her Flosstubes ago, it was called You Could Stitch Something on That, and I think it's because she picked up some fabric, and it was it the IKEA linen or something like that, and it was fine for cross stitch. And I said, I've got a tea strainer that's been stitched on. She's like, you have to show me that. Now, credit where credit's due, I did not stitch this. I won this as a prize from Christine, the Alchemist. I think her Flosstube, her Instagram is the Alchemist. I forget. I will link her below. Can you link Instagram below? I don't know, but yeah, she's called the Alchemist, and her blog is the Alchemist Study, and she's one of these thoroughly irritating people who can see potential in everything. So she's just so ridiculously creative and stitches some fantastic things, and she holds a yearly giveaway, and I've actually won 3 of them. So I like entering her competition. It's how many pairs of shoes she'll buy, books she'll read, and things she'll finished craft items, because she's a multi-crafter. So I will link her blog. There we go. That's what I'll do. Tea strainer. And I won this time last year. How awesome is that? That hangs up in my kitchen. So it's a proper, fully functioning tea strainer. Well, it's not fully functioning because I wouldn't want to stray tea through it, but it used to be a fully functioning tea strainer. So you truly can stitch on that. Stitch something on that. So there we go. This is now my longest video ever, and I've yet to insert, well, sorry, I've yet to ask my husband nicely if he'll insert photographs, because I still haven't learned that. You'd think after 13 videos I would learn to edit my own videos and insert stuff, but he is the technical genius in our house, not me. I'll keep stitching. So on that note, I hope you all have a great fortnight. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Keep stitching and stay safe. Bye bye.